The Meguiar's Bathurst 12-hour starts now. Maxi Goats on the outside. On the inside is Thomas Randall for Scott Taylor Motorsport, squeezing down. And once again, they'll go 2 by 2, maybe 3 by 3, 2 years in a row. And there's dramas in the background on the exit of turn 1. But what a start it is for 75. Lucas Stoles from the second row of the grid. He's going to try and rocket to the lead. There's still 3 wide, up to Griffin's Bend.
Early in this stint, and what is that?
That's the Mustang.
That's the Mustang. No.
That's the Mustang. Park drivers left on the run down towards the chase. So this is Marco Mappelli's view from the Lamborghini Huracan. And that's Chris Meese right in front in the Mustang. So he's, oh man.
Racetrack, so here we go. Replay coming down the final corners. Jump. Oh no, something's happened there.
Something's broken there.
Much more than cold tyres.
Stuck throttle?
David Crampton at the wheel, either stuck throttle or not enough brake in the car.
Chase under the RPM bridge. Ridges on the right-hand side. Green flag waves. He still hasn't gone. He's holding on. He's holding on. Coming down to Murray Maguire's now, and
he's gone.
He's gone.
So nice restart, good restart. Chris Haase in the Audi 2, tucked up behind the rear wing of Thomas Randall. And Porsche gave away a little bit on the grid. Well, Matt Campbell did at least their plans for this. Oh, run very wide. The braking, ironically, for the BMW M elbow, and Allen's gone wide.
Is there an issue then for the BMW? Gathered it back up. Oh, this now we're going to go too wide.
I think he just bolted wide on the right-hander coming down the hill, and now Allen's in there, and Garnett Patterson trying to work his way past. The intensity of this proves how important track position is in this race. So Kai Allen's going to get through, and the BMW is sensible enough to let them go. Here's Jordan Love.
Yep, attacks the entry, just understeers wide, and decides that he's not going to turn very smartly, because he would have nosed it straight into the tyre barrier there. So
sometimes you've got to admit that you're not going to make it, haven't you?
Into the box. Oh no, huge one.
It's the Team BRM Audi. Mark Rosser is behind the wheel. He's the car owner.
Valentino Rossi leads the field back to green. So green flag waving in the background doesn't mean he has to go immediately. He can choose when he wants to go now. You can see him opening up the entry.
And he's got the advantage of having his teammate as the tail gunner there as well, Garth. So that took a little bit of the pressure off. It's a fantastic start by the two WRTs.
Elf Oil slick pass, and it's going to be Bailey Hall putting himself, trying to get himself back on the lead lap of the race. So silver class car is a lap down. Carrera Cup graduate. Hasn't announced plans for this year, but I understand they're pretty big, so looking forward to seeing what the young Queenslander's got up his sleeve.
He's had an adventure, has Danny started on. He's lost the rear on entry. I think there's been a rear wing failure as he tipped in at the kink. Wow.
And if you want to know why, what about the airflow, as soon as you're going backwards there at that speed, that has torn off. Daniel Serra for Ferrari in 5th position. Chazzy Moster in the 222. That's your top 6. Then it's the first of the Porsches. Bastian Boos in 7th. The second of the Corvettes in 8th. Another Ferrari in 9th. Here they come, and it's another great restart, certainly by Valentino Rossi. Vert's not quite as good this time, and Will Davison has learned from the first time. He's a little closer to the 2 Beamers ahead.
Meanwhile, 3 wide. How's the heavy hitters in this fight? Brad Schumacher and the Audi electing to not be involved in that. Jules Gounon looking up the inside of Mick Grenier. Couldn't get it done in the end. Did he do it a lap later? No, because Grenier was fighting down the inside of Backler in the Porsche at the final corner, and Gounon goes, thank you very much. And Alex Sims now is having a proper run at the race lead. That's the toe, the aero effect as it drags up behind the big BMW and drags down the inside of the big BMW, and Corvette will lead at Mount Panorama for the first time.
Do you think?
Yes.
Just breaching the 80-second minimum pit stop time and breaching the track limits on exit. The El Bamba Motorsport Porsche as they make their way through turn 1, and Ralph Aron in the Craft Bamboo AMG Mercedes.
I think Ralph did a good job defending on cool the tyres.
Maybe
just didn't give him enough room on the outside.
No, we're starting to see that, I think, from the Corvette here. Oh, so what's happened here? Oh my goodness.
Wow. Wow. Raffaele Marciello.
It's twice he's had to do that at the chase.
Yeah.
Katzberg's going to piss.
It must be out of Phil. I think it's coughing. Go to the Elf Oil Slick pass, and it was another Elf Oil Slick reaction from Raffaele Marciello, because there is no way that Nicky Katzberg would have volunteered to let Marciello through in the BMW, regardless whether he was coming to pit lane or not.
Corners, and certainly Valentino's had a decent run on that Mercedes AMG GT3. Is there a pass in the offing, or does he lift out and just coast? Of course he does. But then he does go on the inside, and around the outside goes Cameron Waters. 2 wheels on the grass. So they're battling for second, third and fourth. And he just glided the car across into the path of Cameron Waters.
Yes, so what it'll be for changing lanes under brakes, moving under brakes.
That's a warning right now, not a penalty. Yeah, the GT3 Porsche, along with all the rest of the documentation, has a 40-page handbook for the steering wheel controls.
Actually, we'll come back to that, because Rossi's under pressure here. Made a mistake down at Meguiar's Murray's corner, and down the inside goes Cam Waters for a pretty straightforward pass for position number 3. So Waters through, Valentino back to 4th position.
Here's the pass, Cam Waters up the inside into turn 1 of Valentino Rossi. It actually started a little bit earlier than that, where Rossi got a poor run. Start to now. Oh, big dramas at the top of the mountain for the number 15, Valente Rosso McLaren. That is down the S's on the way to the dipper.
Ryland Gray behind the wheel, Garth. And that's damaged suspension on the right-hand side. The car's in the wall on the left-hand side. It's not been their day, has it? Let's be honest.
Here's a replay for Ryland Gray. Across the top. Just loses the rear over the curb, and you're in trouble right there. Gets the wall, and that's it. Straight to the outside.
How many times have we seen that accident here, where you think you've got it back, and then you clip the right-hand wall, it breaks the rear suspension arm, and at that point, you are a passenger, and almost inevitably, you end up on the other side of the road.
So, green flag will about to fly, and we've got a race of 2 at the moment. This group of leading cars that were the only cars on the lead lap, and then everyone else trying to catch them up, and they're heading up the forward cutting now. It'll be Mick Grenier who leads Jules Gounon, and Augusto Farfus back to green. Thomas Randall is behind the wheel of 222. Back to racing. Then it's Ben Barnicoat in the McLaren. Now they start weaving to get some tyre temp. A little bit further back, Lucas Auer in 6th place. Earl Bamber in the Corvette. It should be Alex Sims. That timing continues to play up, but it is Alex Sims. We confirm that behind the wheel. And Klaus Bachler in the Porsche, the last of those leading group of cars. Everyone else is currently at Brock Skyline.
He's got Thomas Randall right.
Randall's around.
Randall's gone around as he was going by the high-class car. That's the 222 car from 4th position overall. Now, his problem is that he can't get that spun round. Yellow flags are waving, but he needs to be able to spin that car around. You can't do the Austin Powers shuffle here.
Not there. So here it is coming out of the cutting. He's behind the high-class car, and somehow it just loops. It's not like he got tagged.
Is that lift-off oversteer there?
I'm not...
He gets right out of it. Maybe gets slightly spooked by the high-class car.
It's almost like when the car recovers off the hump at the exit of the cutting. Chaz coming out of pit lane, the whole heap going on, probably a little bit flustered. And Christopher Haase is like, hey, what's going on here?
Almost all 4 wheels off the road, by the way, to take evasive action.
Now, who was it who clipped the one, gets the 4 faults for going out? That was the BMW number 46. And again, that's cold tyres off the pit lane speed limiter.
There's potential for repercussions for this, because it is in the regs usually that you are not allowed to hit that cone on pit exit.
So they've got their fastest driver in. They don't quite have the track position, but they are still right on the back of this tail-end group of cars.
Gounon's gone.
Big jump early from Jules.
Gone. So Katzberg asleep at the wheel a little bit there, and Gounon absolutely took off straight away.
Down to the chase. Oh, and sends it one way and then sends it the other and gets up the inside, Maro Engel. Excellent pass. And Maro takes the opportunity when it's given and moves up to 5th place. He will have to protect his line down here into Meguiar's corner.
Inside of the car to get airflow through it without putting pressure on the rear wing. And you see that there are louvres as well either side of the back windows, which do the same thing. And there's the send. Big send. Exact. Well, that was a big super woofer, wasn't it, down the inside? Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, great.
Oh, big impact. Big impact for James Golding at Reed Park. You could see when he dropped into Reed Park, he was a little bit wide and you cannot get it back, and heavy impact. Significant damage to the rear of that car.
Third car of 3 as well. Again.
Oh, he got the wall on the outside too, so that's where it's got away from him. And you can see the dust, you can see the debris. The rear engine car inertia is taking over, and right about here you're bracing for impact.
I am going to venture that for all the hard work they did this morning in repairing that car, that perhaps will not come back today.
No, I'm not sure that chassis will come back again.
No.
So significant fire, obviously, and you can look at the debris that's pulled the whole corner out of the car. So.
They've been through pit lane 11 times today. They were shown in 12th place, the Audi. 12th position for the Audi. So I wonder if they've done what the Corvette did earlier, and Blaze Pass will get confirmation for you on that. Regardless, Rolf Veron leads the race. Lucas Stoles is back behind the wheel.
The Tsunami RT car, and this is one of the wave-by cars that was up the road ahead of our leaders. Our leaders right now are through the S's, making their way down to the dipper. They're not far away from getting to that car. Here they come.
He's down at the entrance to... Oh! Huge shunt. Huge shunt for the Craft Bamboo car. Straight into it at the top of the BMW.
Safety car boards and flags, safety car boards and flags.
BMW M Forest Elbow. And that
safety
car is out.
Limiters in 10.
Renault leads the bronze classes and is in the top 10 overall, and Jackson Evans in the Ferrari. All that time made up, courtesy of the red flag. He is in this as well. We're back racing after more than an hour at the Meguiar's Bathurst 12 hour, and it is all to play for in the remaining 2 hours and 28 minutes.
And Christopher Haase did get back onto the lead lap cars. It's the white and red Audi all the way back down the main straight. Now, is he saving and hoping to pull a fast one, or is he turned up and saying, come on, let's give it a go? We'll find out in the next 2 or 3 laps.
The Corvette, Nicky Katzberg having a run at Matt Campbell, looking to go the long way round at Visit New South Wales corner and gets it done. Wow. Corvette passed, and these two side by side again. Marciello trying to work his way past Kirchhoffer, who struggles to get out of turn 2, and the BMW, the torque, the turbocharged car, drags itself up the hill really well, but look at that Corvette go.
So a fair bit of defending going on here. Oh, Marciello's trying to go around the outside at turn 1. Whoa. Trying to go around the outside at turn 2 last lap. It didn't work there. It hasn't worked at lap 1. Nicky Katzberg, thank you very much. I'll take that position and get the run on the McLaren up Mountain Straight.
So he says, if you can't make an outside move work at Griffin's Bend, what about me? This time he tries to sail around the outside of Kirchhoffer, side by side. McLaren holds on.
Absolutely smart play. Lead the heads-up racing, go at the front. You want close. We have the...
There's Marciello down the inside.
Oh, big move.
That was brilliant. But
watch Katzberg, though. He's going to defend. Oh, this is cheeky. 2 moves heading up Mountain Straight for Marciello to defend. That's opened up the door for Matty Campbell. Does the Porsche have the straight line speed to get in and fill that gap? Just holding Marciello up high. He couldn't switch back under him again. Now Katzberg's going to send it. They're going to make contact, do they? No, they don't. But they're all run wide.
Katzberg's going to get the boat.
Yep, he has.
The Corvette goes through. Marvin with a very stout defence, moving back across on his line. And Matt Campbell gets a spot through all of that as well. Like,
oh no,
El Bamba at the dipper. Contending car parked the wrong way.
So here we go, on board. So hard to slow it down. Oh no, I think it's broken.
I think it's broken beforehand.
You're right, that's a great pickup.
The back end was doing some steering there that Earl wasn't.
There go the lap cars getting out of the way. And the order will be cleansed now as we go back to racing. 1 hour, 16 minutes on the clock.
The Repco Supercars Championship starts next weekend, and I think these guys may have started a week early.
Oh no!
They got into each other.
The wall broken.
Ojeda has got into the wall.
They're both gone. They're both badly damaged.
Wow.
And if this is a safety car, it changes the day.
Yeah, it will be. Ojeda can't get going. I'd say it's pulled the drive shaft out of it.
The man behind this squad liked driving Bathurst so much he raced it on iRacing and came here to play.
Even I wouldn't have turned in that early, and I'm rubbish.
So that's the exit of turn 2, and have a go at Ricky Fella motocrossing his way out of turn 1 for the run up Mountain Straight.
And New Zealand there.
Porsche's won on the Dakar before. He's going to try and do it again. And watch out for Daniel Serra in here in the Ferrari for a Rise Racing GT. More side by side. That's the 4th time it's been off and ski jump through there. This isn't the Winter Olympics, but he's doing a pretty good impression, and that's going to cost them massively.
What a story this is. This whole team didn't have the best starts to the weekend. Limited amount of running on Friday, and they lost some. They were chasing a setup, chasing a power issue. Didn't get the car qualified. If they win this, they will have come from 29th position. This race has never been run from lower than 11th, and that was only once. The rest of the time, it's been the top 7.
Correct.
Commenced the last lap.
Competitor leader has commenced the last lap.
A smidge over 6 kilometres remain for Team GMR for Mercedes AMG. The margin is 1.7 seconds to Dorian Boccolacci, the young Frenchman. What a drive this has been. 1 corner to go for Maxime Martin and for Mick Grenier. And finally for Maro Engel. GMR and Mercedes AMG triumph on the mountain. And there are 3 new first-time winners in the Meguiar's Bathurst 12-hour.
Your Meguiar's Bathurst 12 Hours winners for 2026.